Previous video I've asked, should I install heated grips for Yamaha R125? And many of you said yes. So here are the heated grips from Cephis Moto. These are around 70 euros. It does include everything you'll need to install the grips. Of course, in this video, I'll show you step by step how to remove your existing grips and how to install these ones and how to make the correct connections and how to hide your wires. Let's open the box first. So what do we get? Here we have grip 1, grip 2, Emmanuel, how to connect. I don't think I'll be needing that. As always, I'm gonna shotgun it. More wires, zip ties, of course, to tie the cables. And then we have the control for the heated grip, and it has 3 different settings, what it looks like. Some adapters to mount probably this. Yes, this is the adapter to mount that. It should be 2 adapters as I've seen. Yeah, here is another one. So we'll see which one is works the best for you. And there's another one. So 3 adapters, that's quite nice. And some heat shield, I guess. Yeah, these are heat shields, so they will go like that. Okay, good. More zip ties. So that's everything what we get. We have 2 grips, cables. These will connect to the battery directly. The control, 3 different adapters for mounting options, zip ties, and heat shields. Let's get to it. I'm gonna start with the left one because this will be the easiest one. Why easiest? Well, because for the throttle body, I will probably have to modify the grip a little bit. Now I need to take this off. Okay. All right. Bit over tightened, I guess. Did I put thread lock last time? I don't think so. No, I didn't. So now to remove the grip, I also need to remove 2 more bolts right here. This might be pain in the ass to take it off because I a little bit over tightened it last time. So let's see how it goes. Oh, no, all good. Came off. Oh, I think I just got lucky. And there should be one more in the bottom. Let's remove the one in the bottom. Like that. Almost over tighten it. Just that. Okay. I want to take it all out so I will not lose it. I want to keep this grip in case I will need it later, because these grips can go on different motorcycles. It's not just for Yamaha R125. These grips are actually made for Yamaha R7. If you remember my last video, I did put a silicone. That's a grip glue. So let's do. Okay, yes. It didn't took much effort. It took less effort than expected. There you go. The silicone, the grip glue is falling out. So let's clean the handlebar first. I'll take some isopropyl alcohol. Put it on a cloth and clean it. Make sure there is no leftover residue from the previous grip glue. That is done. Let's move on to the throttle body. Again, remove that. Okay. Hang on, it's a long handlebar ends. Now we remove the housing. Number 4. Remember guys, as I always say, if you still have questions, feel free to ask them in comments. Don't hesitate. Move that. Remove the rubber housing, that's for waterproofing. Take these off. As I say always, keep everything together. Take the cables out, and that's simple. Okay, I hit a slight hiccup. I've taken the grip off the OEM throttle body, and there are these tiny lips, and because of that I can't put the throttle body in. So what I'm gonna do is grind off these, and we should be fine to fit these into that. So I'm gonna take this and start grinding it off. Not the best way, but tools what I have, it will work fine. Okay, ground the edges off. Let's test it. Yeah. Mm. These are also problems. I could get another one for like few bucks, but it's weekend and I don't want to do it, so I'm gonna grind all these off, make it smooth, and then we can go from there. I've sanded everything down. Now let's test it. Yeah, this is better. Perfect. And now before I put it on, because it will be very difficult to take it off, I need to align everything that it sits correctly. So let's do that. Okay, let's do a dry test. Putting the OEM grip on first, then taking the cable like this. Okay, and that cable goes in here like that. So this will be our throttle position. That means, so this is our throttle position, and that means we need to face the logo up. Correct. So the logo needs to line up to this, not like that. Or can we do it like this on both sides? Logo can point to this section right here. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna line up to this one. Okay, so I want to line up this with the logo, and that is between these two. Okay, just push it in. Not my t-shirt. All right. Yeah, looks okay. Let me test one more thing. Since I'm using OEM throttle body, I want to check if the bar ends don't touch the throttle, because if the bar end touches the throttle, then we're gonna have issue twisting the throttle. So let's do that. I always like to check and double check and triple check before installing everything, so not have any issues later on. Okay. Okay. Now you see, I just realized one thing. Because there is a cable, when you twist the throttle, the cable is going up too high. So what I'm gonna do is twist this. I want to twist the logo a little bit here. So this is the best position I found. The cable is a little bit out, and when I twist the throttle, there, the cable is still pointing down. Yeah, this is the best position. Because if I do a little bit more like that, then the cable sticks out too much. So I'm gonna do that much. So the logo is pointing outwards. The cable is that way. Maybe we can do one turn. No, too much. Yeah, that's enough. This is perfect. So I'm going to leave it in this position and take everything out. I'm happy with the position like this. Now, to prevent the grip slipping from the throttle, I need to put a bit of silicone to make sure when you really hit that throttle, the grip doesn't slip. So let's take the grip glue. This is Loctite SI 595. I've used that previously and I was quite happy with it. Not too much. I'm gonna use just a little bit like that. So in case I need to take it off later to replace the grip, I can still use the throttle body again. I think that should be more than enough. And there is a 24-hour cure time for it. Let's close this and push it in place. There we go. That's it. Let's install the throttle back. I won't be doing anything with the cables just yet. So for now, okay. Cables, I will leave it hanging. Twist the throttle, thread the cable like so. This needs to sit in properly. Thread the second cable. There we go. Close the housing. Yes, still good. I'm gonna try not to twist too much because I want the silicone to settle, dry off before we can start riding or doing anything with the throttle. As I said, it does take 24 hours to dry. So not the best if you want to go for a ride, then it's not ideal to change the grips. There we go. The cable, I will deal with it later. So I will need to leave about 5 to 10 centimeter of cable as an extra so it has some free movement. Okay, this is done. I can put the bar end on this one. So let's put the bar end. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Let's put the cap like that. Try to line up the logos in same position. There we go. Let's move on to the left side. Let's install the left side. Then we have small screw right here. Take that out. Okay, that's enough. Slide this in. Let me undo the cables. Okay, slide that in. Now I should line up the logo in the same position. Let me have a look. Yeah, like that. I can tighten the bolt from the underneath, but before that I want to put a silicone again because I'm not gonna trust a tiny screw to hold that grip when you're riding hard. So the position is okay. I'm gonna take this out. On this side, the best to do it is put the silicone inside the grip so it will spread out. You do not have to put that silicone, but I prefer to do it. You see, I put few drops, so as I will slide it in, the silicone will spread everywhere. Okay, little bit of silicone on the grip. Okay, clean the edges like that, and Going to make sure I'm not putting the silicone on the threads. That's not something I want. Now it's in. Let's line it up with the other side. It is more or less like that. Now I can tighten the bolt from underneath. Okay. Clean the excess silicone. Good. Good. I don't want to put bar end while the silicone is there in the threads. We can install the bar end. Both grips are done. Now we need to work with the cables. Before I do the cable, I need to figure out where to install the switch for the heated grips. This could be one option. If I move the lever more to the left, it might leave me enough space to install it right here. So let me just measure that. That is 6 millimeter, and that is another 6. So we have 12 millimeter, and the holder for the switch is also 12 millimeters. So I think we can fit that in. So I'm going to undo this, move it to the left, and install the holder right here. But they did give us 3 options. There are 2 more mounts. I checked all over the bike. I couldn't find the position for those or location for it. So I'm going to use this one. I think it goes like that. So yeah, let's do this. But I'm just thinking there is a switch underneath and it might hit this. So let me move and let's see. You want to do both bit by bit, not just loosen one all the way. Okay. Yes, that is good here. There are some rubber paddings depending on your handlebar thickness. You can remove or add. So let's see. It's not perfect, but it fits right here like that. And I think this is an ideal position. It's just touching the switch, but not enough to do anything or mess with the switch. So yeah, we can install it right here. Again, you always tighten these on handlebar together, not tighten one and then second one. Reason being, otherwise if you tighten just one bolt first, it will pull to this and it will leave a gap underneath. So that's why you tighten both at the same time. Little bit here, little bit there, and like that. Perfect. Hang on, don't like how the rubbers are sitting. No, don't like it. So I need to line them up properly like that. Goes here inside, pull them up. Yes, now they are better. Okay, we take our bolt. It's not moving, and that's what we want. Just trying to be careful. I don't want to break it. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, this, like, tighten it. Okay, here are the main cables. These connect directly to your battery and these connect to the grip and the switch. Now, before I do any of that, I need to clean up these cables first. I will tie them with a zip tie on the existing cable so the turning motion doesn't pull the cable. Plus, I will also leave 5 to 10 centimeter free cables just in case. About the main cable, I will be threading them through the under the tank fairing because last time I took it off, there is ton of space, so that would be an ideal place. So let's take this fairing off. Before that, let's clean up these cables, prepare all the connections right here because we will be threading the cables here under the seat and then connecting the batteries. That cable connects to that cable and then it goes through, and as you can see, those are the cables 1, 2, and then from here comes 1 and 2, and I'm connecting them to the profile, and then they all go through and then they connect right here, all three. Now I take off the tank cover, the rider seat, and make the connections, connect all the wires to the battery and test the grips if they work. If everything works fine, then we make everything permanent, put the covers back on, and we are done. So let's take off the fairings. Fairings are off, and this is what I meant. I can thread the cables right through like that, and voila, it's done. Let's connect to the battery first and test everything if it's working before putting everything back together. You might be wondering why I already have the cables connected to the battery 1 and 2. These are for the trickle charger because the bike did not come with an outlet, so I installed one and now it's permanently there. I just pull out the plug, connect it, and store it for the winter or even charging the battery. So let's undo this and plug in the cables. So I'm going to start with this one first. Let me grab the cables. That is ground wire, which is black. So let's take this bolt off, put a bolt through, and it's as simple as that. There we go. Tighten this bolt again and put it here. Everything is connected. Let's test these grips. I have to call in help to hold this nut up so I can screw it on. That is done. The cables are connected, and now let's test it. Everything is connected. Black goes on black, red goes on red. Is it? Yes. And now let's test it. Let's test it if everything works and if I connected the cables correctly. So the switch is right here. Okay. It says it's heating. Let's see how long it takes. I don't know if I need to start the bike. Hopefully not. It turned off. Everything just turned off. Why? Let's start the bike. So yes, you need to be running the bike because it turned on and look, it turned off again. Something is wrong with it. Now it's staying on, but I don't feel any heat yet. I can feel the heating this one, and also I can feel the heating this one. That's quite nice. For the cold days, it would be great. And it does have three options, three settings. So I have it on the max. When you turn it on, it's always on the max. Then you press for the second, and then second mean medium settings, and then you press again for the lower setting, and then you press for the 1, 2, 3, fourth time to turn it off. They're really warm, really warm. I really like it. That was a good idea for so my son can actually go to school during September, October and still be comfortable. I like it. Now we put everything back on. Now we need to put these cables like that, go all through. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna disconnect all of these because I found a better spot to put these cables. So let's disconnect though. Okay. See, I found a tiny place which I can go under the fairing, and that is actually good. There we go. Perfect. And now, while it's still disconnected, I'm gonna go around the airbox like that. One, quite difficult to work in tiny spaces. And then also this one. There we go. That's perfect. Let's connect to see how much length we need. No, goes like that. Black goes with black up here. Okay. I don't know, the grip turned off a couple of times by itself. I don't know what was the reason, but so far it's working as it should. So there we go. Okay, now I need to leave it organized. I don't want these cables just flapping around. So I can, the cables will not heat up, so I can leave them here next to the hoses, no problems at all. And I can go under like that, pull this cable more in like so. Maybe I can put a zip tie here to hold the cable. Let's do that. I might need two zip ties because I have a tiny ones for the cables. And let me see, yeah, it's good enough. So let's put one tape cable here. Want to keep it near the frame. Okay, and this one I will tie it, no, I will just leave it here down, and this goes down, and that one now this is a, what is called, fuse, if you need to change that. And just if you're wondering, the fuse box for Yamaha is, so fuse box for your bike is right here. Let me see if I can open it. There we go. I've already used one fuse. There are 3 spares in case you need. I already use 15 amp one of them, so I need to replace that. Okay, so let's clean these up. I will use a velcro zip tie for this one, so I don't need to cut everything every now and then when I need to do something. So do it like that and just wrap it around. Okay, perfect. And we will put them right here. Now that's done. We can put the seat back on. So I put everything back on, and that is how you install heated grips on Yamaha R125 or any other bike for that matters. Link to the product is on my website www.aalastRide.com. If you still got some questions, let me know in the comments. As always, ride safe. See you on the next one.